Hello everyone, I hope everything's going well with you. Let's take a look at the new TryHackMe room named Aratus. I hope I pronounced that right. So without any further ado, let's start the nmap scan. So the syntax is nmap dash a for the aggressive scan, dash v to output the ports as they are found, dash b dash is for the all ports scan 65,535 ports, followed with the IP variable that is your TryHackMe IP of the machine that you want to scan, and output the contents of the results and nmap full.txt file. I've already run this scan because this will save us time. So let's take a look at the results here. Here we can see on port 21 it's running vsftpd 3.0.2, and let's quickly see if this version is vulnerable or not using the search exploit. So let's say search exploit vsftpd, and here we can see the version is uses 0.2, but here we can see we do not have any exploit for this version. Instead we have for the another version which is a denial of service, and that is of no use. Therefore let's get back, and we can also notice anonymous FTP login is allowed, and that there's a pub folder. We'll take a look at that, and then we have SSH running OpenSSH endpoint 4 protocol 2.0, and with the host keys here. Next up is the HTTP running Apache 2.4.6, and it detects the operating system to be CentOS. On port 139 and 445 it's running Samba server. So yeah, it's running Samba, and on 443 which is for HTTPS, again we have the same thing, Apache HTTPD 2.4.6. Here we can see the common name is Aratus, which is the name of this box. Scrolling down, we can also notice the OS to be Unix and the host name, that is Aratus. Further down, we can see the Samba operating system to be Windows 6.1. Okay, so the interesting things here are the port, of course, the HTTP server. We will take a look at that. Then the FTP server, because FTP has anonymous login allowed, and then we have the Samba thing to enumerate. So let's quickly take a look at the FTP thing. So I'll say FTP 10.10 151 117 21 in order to connect to it. Now for the anonymous user, I'll just say anonymous, press enter for the password, and we are logged in through. Here we can see pub folder is available, so let's look at that. Oops, ls-la, and the folder is empty. Now let's try to put any file inside it. Let's see if we can upload stuff or not. So let's try uploading this text file, and we have permission denied, so it looks like we cannot do anything. Let's see if this folder is publicly available on the web page. So let's say 10.10.151.117/pub, the folder which is inside FTP, and we can see it says not found, so it is not available. Therefore let's take a look at the website here. It says testing 1 2 3 powered by CentOS, and this is the default web page for the CentOS installation with Apache. We can take a look at the web browser contents. It tells us the Apache version in use along with the OpenSSL version of 1.0.2k, which is of no use actually. Therefore let's start a GoBuster scan real quick on this IP. So I'll say GoBuster dir for the fuzzing mode of directories, -u to specify the URL, -w for the word list. So user share word list, dirbuster, and directory list 2.3 medium is my way to go. And then with the extensions of PHP, HTML, and TXT, actually let's just leave them. Let's see if anything is found or not. And then -d for the threads, that basically defines the speed of the scan. By default, the threads are set to 10, which is slow, so I have increased the threads to 50 for a faster scanning. Now let's see the another thing, that was Samba server. Okay, so let's take a look at the Samba thing. So for the Samba, I'm going to run SMB client. Actually, let me just adjust my terminal. It looks a bit odd. Okay, perfect. Okay, assembly client, and then -l to list the shares available on the Samba server. And we do not have any username password, so I'm going to try an anonymous login. For the anonymous login, just hit enter, and if anonymous login is allowed, it will log us in, and we can see we are logged in as anonymous, and we have a share named temporary share, and these two are the default ones, so let's just leave them. We do not know if we have read access to this folder or not, or we have write access. We do not know. So for that one, I'm going to use SMB map tool, assembly map dash h to specify the host that you want to scan, that is 10.10.151.107. And this can take some time to run. Actually, it will tell us the permissions that different share names are assigned to. Here it's connected to the port 445, that is for Samba, and we have the temporary share has the permission of read only. Okay, so we can actually read this, so we can connect to this share with the help of assembly client tool. This is my assembly client is easiest to use, so I generally use it whenever I need to connect. Also, we can notice that IPC disk has no access. If IPC had read permissions, then we would be able to enumerate usernames also with the help of a tool named crackmap.exec. That's another thing, not for now, but it was just a quick note. So let's just connect to this client using assembly client. Oops, I need to put in forward slashes here, and then the share name that you want to connect to. Temporary share has space in between, that is why I'm using double inverted commas, and then press enter for the anonymous login, and we are connected to the machine. Okay, so dir, and we can see we have a couple of things here. Chapter 1, chapter 2 looks like it's a book maybe, and then we can see we have ssh bash history, looks like it's a home directory of a user that is generally on Linux. Here we can see our message to Simon, the text file is there. We can actually try to download all of this, but we can see here D means directory, these all are directories. H means these are the hidden files, because all these files start with a dot, so H means hidden. Then we can see N means normal text file or normal file. Okay, so also if it consists of DH, that means directory hidden directory, so this directory is hidden. Here we can see the file size of the files that we have read permissions to, and all these chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 files have 0 file size because we do not have any read permissions for them. Same goes for the SSH1 and vim info, but we have read access to the message to Simon, that is why we can see the file size of this. Another way to identify permissions is you can actually try to download all of them. So mget all, it will ask us if you want to download them. I'll say yes, I want to download the logout and profile and bash rc. It will only ask for the files that have read permissions set. Then we can see access denied for bash history because we do not have the permissions. And here we can see bash permissions has the file size 0. If I try to download the vim.info, same goes for it because we don't have any permissions. Okay, so let's just download the message to Simon one. So I'll say get message to Simon, exit out of it, and let's take a look at the contents of this text file. Here we can see Simon, stop messing with the home directory, you are moving files insecurely. Let's make a folder in opt. Also your password is insecure. Could you change it? It is all over the place now. Theodore, I hope I pronounced that right. So there are a couple of things to note here. First one being there are two users names, Simon, and second one is Theodore. It looks like Simon is a user on the machine and Theodore is also a user on the machine, and he wants Simon to stop messing with the home directory because he's moving files. He also tells him that his password is insecure and it is all over the place. So it looks like his password is leaked somewhere or all over the place. I don't know what this means, but his password is insecure and that is what we want. So that is awesome. His password is insecure. Looks like we can try to GoBuster. We can use Hydra to brute force the password. Let's take a look at GoBuster scan. The GoBuster scan has not told us anything yet, and it's already at nearly 50%. So I'm going to cancel it because this is not useful. Instead, we are going to try another word list that's different. I'm going to use user share word list rockq, and let's see if rockq tells us anything. Till then, let's start up Hydra. So I'll say Hydra -l to specify the username. I'll say Simon -p capital T to specify the word list that you want to use for brute forcing. So I'll say user share word list rockq, and then -d to specify, oops, not -d, instead the IP that you want to define or the service that you want to brute force. So I will pass a password spray on SSH, Here we can see our GoBuster did find a directory named Simon, which is same as the username. So let's take a look at Simon. Let's say Simon, and we have a book named Simon. Okay, so it is a HTML book created by Simon. Let's take a look at the page source here to see if anything interesting there, and we do not. Okay, let's just leave it. Okay, so this book is about passion, adventure, drama, war, love, betrayal. I'm sure you would like it. These are the table of contents. So let's open individual chapter one by one in our new tab. Let's see. Okay, paragraph 1, chapter 1. It is just a lorem ipsum text. Let's just close this one. Same goes for the chapter 2, lorem ipsum. Paragraph 3, lorem ipsum. Okay, so it looks like it's lorem ipsum in everyone. There's nothing interesting, I guess. Actually, this thing hints us to one thing. It is a book, and Simon loves reading books. And you create a password of whatever resides in your mind the most. And what we can do is we can create a word list of these text. We can copy this all text and paste it in a word list, in a file, text file, and then remove the spaces between them and replace them with the new lines. So that will create a word list for us. But we also have a tool for this named CEWL. I guess that's pronounced as CUL. I don't know, but you can use that tool and it will automatically turn into a word list, word by word, for this specific page. So I'm going to try two methods here. I'm going to try first of all with the Rocky word list, and let's see if we can find the password for the Simon user for the SSH. We can also try for the FTP one, but that's another thing for now. If we do not find credentials, valid credentials for SSH, then we will move on to the FTP. So let's say 1010 151 117 and press enter. Okay, let's stop our GoBuster scan. Until then, let's use CUL tool to create a word list. For the CUL, and let's take a look at the syntaxes. It says missing URL argument. So let's take a look at the help menu here. Here we can see it says URL, the site that you want to spider, and let's go up and see all the syntaxes in use. We can also specify the depth to spider to. If you have multiple links inside various pages, then you can use a depth. Then we have the -w to write the output to the file. And okay, so we are going to use a -w to write the output. So I'll say CUL and then it's the link that went to spider -w to save the word list, and I'll say word list.txt. Save it, and it's done, I guess. Let's take a look at the word list generated. And we have a couple of what's here? Lorem ipsum text. Also, let's take a look at the length of this word list. So there are total 188 words or 188 lines inside this word list. Perfect. So let's also use this word list to actually brute force SSH. So let's see. Say word list. And let's see if we can find anything interesting there. And right off, we have a successful login. Okay, so looks like we have the valid credential set. So let's log into SSH then. Simon @ 1010 151 117. So yes. Press in the password here and we are logged in. Also, I'm going to save this password for the future use in case I forget it. So I'll name it simon.txt. Okay, perfect. Alright, so we are in the box and we are inside the home directory where we had the chapter 1, chapter 2 stuff. So let's take a look at where our web server resides from where the website was served. It is generally in var www.html inside Linux distributions. So I'm going to go there. And here we can see Simon and test.auth folder. So let's take a look at the Simon, the folder in which we were. We can see chapter 1, chapter 2, HTML, all the files that we had a look at on the web server. Also, we have another folder here named test.auth. So let's take a look at that, what it is. Here we are given an index.html pin and HTTP password. So let's take a look at this page. And here it's just HTML defining hello there. If you read this, the curl command was successful. Well, that is odd. Here we can notice the folder name is test auth. Auth means authorization, so it looks like authorization is being checked, or I don't know, some experimental stuff going on. And index.html says if you read this, the curl command was successful. So it looks like someone is running curl command to fetch this index.html page. We'll take a look at that, and also let's take a look at this HT password. Here we are given a set of actually kind of okay, so we have a hash of Theodore user. We can paste this hash into a text file, and with the help of John we can try to crack it. But this hash is uncrackable. This will not be cracked. I have tried it, so let's just skip it without wasting any time. But just for a quick note, I can tell you the syntax to use, John, and then the file name where you have saved this hash. I'll just say hash.txt, and then dash dash wordlist that you want to use, and then specify the wordlist path here. For example, uh, rock.text, which is inside user share wordlist path, and then hit enter, and it will reject the hash if it is found. Okay, so that being said, let's take a look at what is happening with the curl thing. So let's see what internal processes are running. Let's take a look at the running processes, and here we have the processes. Okay, so okay, so we can see root is running different commands here. We can see a cron is being run. Looks like a cron job is running as root. Scrolling down, we can see cron is running. So let's see if we can find the cron job that is running inside cron tab. So I'll say get etc cron tab, and there's nothing here. We can also try cron tab dash l for the cron tabs of our specific user, but there is no cron tab for Simon. Okay, so let's see, let's go back our directory, and let's take a look at CGI bin folder, and this one is empty. Okay, so now let's take a look at the available users on this machine. We can see TCP dump. Well, that's odd. TCP dump is there, and we have Simon, that is us. We have automation. Oops, that was by mistake. Okay, so we have automation. We can see that home directory of them, that is home automation. We also have Theodore user. Okay, so it looks like we have two users here, automation and Theodore. And the quick way of fetching the available users is to just say grab either bash. You can actually grab bash or the home. So it's the bash, and we have the 4 users available here. That is root, Theodore, automation, and Simon. Okay, so let's go to home directory, and oops. Okay, so we have Theodore, but we do not have any permissions to go inside these folders. Okay, also we can view the opt directory. Since we are inside a box, we need to enumerate each and every stuff, each and every folder, and that is what I'm doing right now. So going inside the opt directory, I can notice that we have 2 folders here named ansible and scripts. And let's see, let's go inside the scripts, and okay, so we do not have permissions to go inside the scripts folder because this one is owned by automation, and we do not have any permissions for that. Same goes for the ansible one. So it looks like we are kind of stuck here. We can also try sudo shell just to see if there are any commands that we can run as root. Let's see the password. Paste it in here, and we can see that we cannot run any command as sudo on this box. Okay, so we are kind of stuck with nothing to be found, but we know that our cron job is running because we take a look at the running processes and there was user has been cron d. That means a cron job is set up and running. So in order to take a look at the running processes, we will use pspy to monitor the Linux processes. Therefore, let's transfer pspy on our machine. I'll go to the temp directory and let's download it using wget, but wget is not found. Let's see, curl is found, so let's do that. 10 17 1253 port 8000 and PSP by 64. Okay, I did a mistake. I need to use dash. My terminal is messed up. Let's just reconnect. Oh god, that went totally bad. So SSH. Okay, so we're in. Okay, this is the temp directory and let's fetch it. Dash O to save it to another file instead of outputting the contents on your screen. Okay, let's give it executable permissions and let's execute it finally. Here we can see the processes that are being run by different users on the machine. By different users, I mean we can take a look at the UID. UID 0 is for root, 48 is for another user, and 1001 is also for another user. Let's take a look at our UID, what it is. Let's open another instance of SSH. So 10.10.150.117. We connect to it and let's take a look at. Okay, so our ID is 1003 as Simon. For other users ID, we can actually see the POSIT file. Here we can see Simon has 1003 and Theodore has 1001 set, and root user usually has 0 UID that defines the root user. Okay, so we know if we see our running processes as 1002 UID, that means automation is running it. If we see another process running as UID 1001, that means Theodore is running it. So let's see. We have 1001 UID, which is running a Python 3 script and Theodore scripts. Okay, in his home folder. All right, that is for test www.auth.py. And I guess that is the script that we saw earlier inside the HTML directory. And looks like this user is running the curl command. Okay, so we can actually monitor the traffic that he is sending using this curl command, since he is sending the request to the localhost because this web server is hosted locally. Also, we can see UID0, that is root, is pinging the machine 30 times. Dash is to specify the packets, so he's sending 30 packets of ICMP, that is ping packets, to the localhost. And then the Theodore user is actually curling the box, curling the web server. So we can take a look at that test auth request, the packets that are being sent using the TCP dump. So let's see, I'll say TCP dump dash I to specify the device that you want to listen on. So we can find the device using IP AWDR, and we can see loopback device is LO, which has IP of 127.0.0.1, that is a localhost. So let's see TCP dump dash I LO, and we can actually only monitor the incoming ping packets or other packets. But in order to actually see the traffic being sent and received, we need to specify the dash A flag. And the dash A flag, what it does is, let's take a look at the manual of TCP dump. Say man TCP dump, grab the A flag. Here it prints each packet in ASCII in the readable format, and this is handy for capturing web pages. So you know the working of this now. Okay, so we have all this stuff being sent. Let's see. Okay, so we can see localhost is sending to localhost the IP packets, ICMP packets. So this is basically a root user, I guess, because he was pinging the host 30 times, and we can see the sequence of the packets being sent 11, 12 up to 30, I guess, and yeah, up to 30. And then it just hangs there. It's doing nothing actually. Okay, so we see something now. Let's scroll up, and we can see the Theodore user was running a script of test auth. So it looks like we have a request of that user. We can see get request being made to test.index.html, and you can see the host is localhost, and then we have the authorization header that is basic, and then the base64 encoded stuff here. Authorization basic means he's entering the password for a website. So let's crack that base64 string. Say base64-d for decode, and we have Theodore username and password for the Theodore. Perfect. Let's also save this stuff. So this Theodore.text. Okay. So let's copy this password and let's see if we can use this password to log into Theodore user. So Theodore, paste it in here, and we are logged in as Theodore. Perfect. So we have done a literal move until now, and let's see if we can run any command as sudo using this user. Okay, so we can run a script inside the opt folder named as infra as code.sh, and we can run this command not as root but as automation user. All right, I'm not sure what is automation user. We can also take a look online. Let's see if anything is found. Automation user Linux. We can see Linux server automation is the process of automating patching, scheduling, or other Linux tasks. Oh, this is just a general uh, definition, not the one I was searching for. So let's take a look at this script being run. So let's go to this directory, and we can see root owns the directory and it has executable permissions. Open this with nano text editor. We do not have nano. Let's try opening the vim. Okay, we can. And we can see the bin bash is running cd opt ansible, so it is going inside the ansible folder, and then it's going to run ansible playbook binary with the following YAML files specified as arguments. So ansible playbook is going to take these YAML files, all YAML files inside the playbooks folder, and going to actually execute them kind of. So let's take a look at those YAML files. Ansible inside playbooks, we have all these YAML files that will be executed. Okay, so let's see. These all files are owned by automation. Let's see if we can actually write to any file inside either scripts folder or ansible folder. So for that, I'm going to use a find command. So let's see, find slash the opt. Inside opt folder, I'm searching for all the files that are writable, and output all the permission denied errors to dev null, that is do not output on the screen. Okay, so we can see we can actually have read permissions on redhat.yml file that is inside ansible roles and apache task configure red hat. Okay, so it looks like this is configuring a red hat. let's see let's see what's inside. Okay, so we have configure apache, and we align it file, notify restart apache, name, check whether certificates defined in vhost exist. So it looks like this is the name of the service that will be run when this YAML file will be executed. This file name is configure Red Hat, so maybe it's setting up the Apache Red Hat server. As we can see, it's setting up the certificates of vhost. It is also adding Apache vhost configuration when Apache create vhost boolean. Another one is check if localhost cert exist when Ansible distribution major version is greater than 8. Another one is to ensure HTTP certs are installed or not. And it also executes a command here. We can see command userlib exec http DSSL gen certs. So it looks like it's ensuring if certifications are installed or not. Also, there is condition when this command will be run, when this command will be executed. We can see Ansible distribution major version, it should be greater than 8 for this command to run. Also, localhost certification exist. Okay, so local certifications of localhost should not exist for this command to be executed. I guess I get that right, because only then it will generate SSL certifications. Okay, so it looks like it is handling the commands to be run on the machine as root, because this file is owned by root or automation user. Okay, we saw that we can run this command as, we can run the script as automation. We can also try to actually first off run that script as root, and let's see what's happening as automation. Sorry, I don't know why I'm saying root again and again. So sudo -u automation, and let's see. You can see it's checking the authenticity. Okay, so this error, this thing is generally seen when we are connected to the SSH, and then it goes on to execute some various commands. And here, okay, let's see, if we scroll up, we can see it is also executing the command that we have read permissions to, and then it configures the Apache, checks whether certifications defined in vhost exist. Okay, so this is running the uh, services that were defined in this configure.yml. We can see it adds the vhost now, checks if local certification exists. It skipped the service, skipped another service where it was ensuring the certification was installed or not, because there was a condition specified, so that condition was not satisfied, due to which this command was skipped. But we can see add Apache vhost configuration command was successful. So let's see if we can actually modify this and take advantage of this add Apache vhost. So let's see. Okay, so here we have name add Apache vhost configuration when Apache create vhost. So what I am going to do, I know that this command is being executed because I saw OK there in the green. So here I'm going to create another service named stillnoob, and I'm going to define a command to be executed here. I'll say command, oops, where did I go at? Okay, so set command, because I can see if we want to execute a command that we should use this command. So I'm doing the same here. Command to execute would be to give how we can privilege escalate. There are various things to do here. Either we can call a reverse shell using Python 3, but that would be a long string and there could be errors. So I will not do that. Instead, we can actually give a command to paste or to copy the shadow file to temporary directory so that we can read it. And once we can read it, we will take the root users hash and then maybe crack it with John. That's one thing. Another one would be to get a reverse shell using bash reverse shell. Third way could be that we can give SUID permissions to any binary which we can privilege escalate with the help of that binary. Like we can give SUID permissions to bash and we can call bash to get the root, or we can also give SUID permissions to a nano binary, and with the help of nano we can privilege escalate. So let's see if we can give I'll say chmod plus s bin nano. Oh well, nano does not exist, but vim exists. So I'll say bin vim. I hope this is the right path of vim. So once these permissions are given to the vim, then we can take advantage of this SUID permission and we will gain a root. Next, we need to define the condition when this thing will be executed. So I will take this condition because we saw earlier that it had a 200, it had OK, and this command was being executed and not skipped. So this command should also be executed. So let's actually save this, and let's also verify the path of the vim. Oh, it's actually where is vim? You can say it is inside user bin vim. Okay, let's edit it quickly. User bin vim. Okay, perfect. So let's execute the script, and let's see if we can see our still loop service being okay. Okay, so we have something here in purple. We can see still no warning, consider using this file module with Consider using the file module with mode rather than running chmod. Well, this is just a security error, I guess, and then we have changed. So looks like our command was successful. Not sure. Let's see. We have changed equals to 1, okay, equals to 22, and skipped equals to 5. Either it changed our command and not executed it. So we can confirm this by just looking at the binary itself. So user bin vim, and we can see, well, indeed our command was successful. We have successfully given it the permissions. Now we can take let's see how we can actually take advantage of these permissions. Let's see on the GTFO bins. Let's say vim, and here we have given the SUID permissions, so click on SUID, and here we have the full explanation. We can call the vim and then -c to call the system commands, and with the system commands we can call py, then python, and then we are importing os, and os executes bin.sh, and we are having a shell then. Okay, so let's just copy this and paste it quickly. Oops. And let's say who am I, and we are root. So this was a pretty good box. I loved it. And let's see if what was root running. We have root.txt, we have scripts. Let's go inside scripts. We have get IP ansible.sh. Okay, let's see, get IP. Okay, so this root user was running IP address show dev eth0. Then it's okay, then it's filtering with the help of grep, and then saves the output to opt ansible inventory. Let's see, start a directory, cat this file. Okay, so okay, so it's just getting the IP of the local machine. Well, nothing interesting there. So I hope this box was some kind of educational to you and you learned something new. We have SSH keys here. Now once we have SSH keys, what else do we need? We can just copy this ID RSA and then connect to this machine using SSH as root. I guess this is it for the box. I'll see you next time. Till then, take care. Bye bye.